Alright, here's my take on best way to use Microsoft Flight Simulator with Pilot2ATC, the making of a flight plan for it, so it works in both. So, in your sim, you want to choose your airplane, right? You can adjust your weight and balance, fuel where you need, that's fine I guess. I like to fly it heavy for whatever reason. Let's say yeah. And there's a number you have to remember, 2521. Maybe I'll remember it. Okay, so let's start with the flight planning. So the first thing you want to do is in your sim choose your departure. We're gonna make a flight plan from Schiphol to Innsbruck. Okay, and that's all you want to do here. The reason I do that is to find out the weather that the flight sim is gonna give me and the winds, okay, at these airports. Then I can select the correct runways, okay, for my departure. So once we've done that, then we can open SimBrief and we go to my flight plans and make a new flight plan, and you put your departure, which is Amsterdam, landing in Innsbruck. Now that you know the weather, okay, you can choose your runway here. So we're gonna depart on runway 24. It's the closest to the wind, and we're going to arrive on runway 26. And you can also set the altitude, I don't know, say 33,000 feet. That's okay. And choose your airframe, so Airbus 320, and generate flight plan. Alright, once you have your flight plan, then you have to copy this, only this. Do not copy that or that. This is your, do remember what it says, but don't copy these two, okay? And that's how your flight plan looks, by the way, also on the little map here, okay? And it should mostly follow the airways, what it actually says here. The airways are being used, so again, then you copy only this area, okay? Now you go to your Pilot2ATC and you choose flight plan import. Here you will write your departure. Now you paste from SimBrief and write your arrival. Make sure SimBrief is selected here. I think that's important. And import. Okay, great. And there is your flight plan. And you can see it looks the same as in our SimBrief. Next thing, we're going to select the departure runways and procedures. So the departure will be from runway 24. I also have here forced departure runway, so make sure they don't change it on me. Sometimes the SimBrief might change it. The Pilot2ATC might change it, so make sure it doesn't change it. And there is a little map that shows you all the departures, but we know that the sim brief told us to use rand1s departure. Okay, so I choose rand1s. Okay, well, you can choose a different one. There's actually 3, they're pretty much the same. There is rand1sy, rand1s, and they all end transition point at dupo, which is the point over here as well. That's your transition. But yeah, so these two are pretty much the same. I'm really not sure. There's a little difference, but yeah, we can choose that one as per sim brief. And transition at dupo, which is the point here, and load. Okay, and it made the adjustment over here. Okay, and now we go to our arrival. Our transition is tool C, so we go to arrival, runway 26, and again sim brief told us to use arrival tool sub 3A or tools 3A. So we select it from here, tools 3A, tool C transition, which is this point here, and load. And last, we make sure that our approach is to runway 26, and we're gonna choose the localizer because RNAV doesn't really work in FS, and transition we're gonna be from the RTT point. Okay, and load. Make sure all of them say here properly that SID for 24, star for 26, and approach also for 26. And this is it. That's your flight plan, and you can save that flight plan. So you can go save. Say, well, I already made that flight plan before, so I have it right here, but yeah, you can save it like that if you want. Departure 24, so that you load it in the future, you don't have to mess around with it. That is one thing. Next thing is you want to export it, and make sure you export it to some directory you like. I made my own directory over here, and we named this flight plan, just so we remember it, IHAM to LOE Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I just changed the name because I made it before, so I want to make sure that I'm choosing the new one so the whole video actually works. Okay, and export it. Great. And it says right here the flight plan has been exported. So that's it with SimBrief for now. Now you go to your flight simulator, and again you have your weights and stuff set up, your ATC options you want to have set up. So this is all good. Okay. There are other things I will show quickly. For Pilot2ATC, in your options you want to make sure that in user experience ATC voices are turned off. Okay, and in piloting delegate to ATC is turned off. Okay, so that your AI doesn't use ATC, and so you don't hear any ATC voices from the actual flight simulator. So these two things have to be turned off. Okay, so back to your map. So the weights are there. It usually takes that away, so yeah, I want it like that. There. So now that number is 21.35. It changes, so that's good. Actually, that's way too much fuel. There's 30%. 30. Well, it doesn't matter. Choose whatever you want. But do remember that number, 21.4. You will kind of need that number later on, 21.4. So once you have your aircraft selected and set up the way you want it, go to load flight plan, load, and I go to my save flight plans, and there it is. That is the flight plan that I just exported from Pilot2ATC. Go open, and there is your flight plan. And note that there is nothing in here, but do not do nothing in here. The only thing you want to do here in this flight plan area is select your departure from the list. Okay, and sometimes it's nice to use actually Pilot2ATC for it, because if you zoom in to the area, to the airport, it will actually show you where the gates are. And that is important for me because I use self-loading cargo, so I have to be at a gate. Otherwise I can't load the passenger and it's all messed up. So I'm going to try to find the gate D44 through 57 or here, something like that. Actually D23, those are kind of okay, I think, because the list of gates here is really screwed up. It's like horrible. And one more thing, in case you do make a mistake, what may happen is say you chose from here your departure. Well, notice that the whole flight plan is screwed up right now, right? It's all screwed up. So that's why you don't want to choose it from here, but it's not a problem. Just go to load again, load, choose that flight plan again, and there it is. Okay, and don't ever choose anything on the map. So try to find that D23 or something. There we go, D23. Okay, and that did not change anything in the plan, right? So that's good. And that's it. You don't do nothing else here. And you simply click on, well, your other settings like flight condition. I have live weather, just I don't want to fly at night, so 10 a.m. And yeah, sure, I can have everybody else, no problem. And yep, that's it, and you fly. Alright, so now we are in our cockpit, and I'm gonna start the aircraft. So an easy cheat way, we just turn on the two batteries right here. Okay. If your external power is available, turn this on. If not, turn on your APU. But we do both. We turn the external power on and we turn APU, and right away I flip these guys over so my IRSs are aligning. Okay. Next thing, well, actually that's it for now. So now we just finish up with the flight plan. Now select your plan here. And here is your flight plan. When you go to flight plan in here, you can see that it is the same like in your Pilot2ATC. Okay, so But we need to add a few things here. We need to add our departure and our arrival. So first with departure, I can see that in the flight plan it's just directly from the airport to the first waypoint at Dupo, but we had the departure here. So the way to do it is, it's important, it's just a tip. I was having problems with it. Make sure there's nothing here, no information here, like the GPS primary lost. You have to clear it. There can be nothing here, because if there is something here, it won't work. Like for example, I put this here and I want to click on the departure here, it's not doing anything. Okay, just if you're new to the airplane, it's a tip, because I was getting confused. So there can be nothing here. So we're gonna go to our departure. So select your departure here and departure, and we're going to depart from runway 24. Okay, and we're going to take the RAND 1S departure. Okay, and you can see on the little plan how it already plotted this into the plan. And once it looks good to you, which it does in this case, you click on insert. Wait a second and that will update, and there we go. Now you have your departure just like in Pilot2ATC. Next thing, we're gonna put the arrival. Okay, so we go through the whole plan to the end. We'll go to the Tulsi, check. Okay, so there's Tulsi, there is the destination airport, and there's RTT somewhere here. So our flight plan should be like that. So again, make sure there's nothing written here. Select your destination, select your arrival. It will be a localizer 26, and the start was the Tulsa one, Tulsa 3A. Okay, and there it is. And via RTT, because that was in our sim brief also. And insert. And that's it, and it has nicely updated everything. So you can just now scroll through your flight plan, make sure it is exactly the same as Pilot2ATC, which it is. Yep, and that's it. That's all you have to do as far as so this is how you get your flight plan the same with Pilot2ATC in your FMC, easy way, and it works great. So now all we have to do is start the airplane. So you can turn off, remove all the white lights. And APU is, the flap should be open. Yep, flap open. So you can start our APU. And well, bleed on. Well, when it starts, sorry, should actually wait for this to say available. So okay, anyway, so that is all when it comes to flight plan, and now we can actually request our clearance. So in here we have to validate and file flight plan. Oh yeah, probably oh shoot, I gotta connect first. There we go. Okay, so it finds us very nice. we're connected. When you click once here, this window will open. I have it on the other monitor, so it's actually being a little bit difficult, but there it is. Okay. And we're gonna start by tuning into clearance delivery and request clearance. Well, actually, sorry, first we have to validate flight plan and file flight plan. So it's filed and validated, and we can go to copy IFR clearance. KLM 14907 ready to copy IFR clearance.
KLM 14907 is clear to Lima Oscar Whiskey India, fly the REN 1S departure with the EDGECO transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 24. Climb to flight level 0.
It's available, we'll put this on.
Expect higher clearance
turn off
2
the
minutes after departure.
External power.
18.07 squawk 3612.
KLM 14907.
Normally I keep that stuff on the other monitor, but for the video purposes, just keep it here.
Climb to flight level 040 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Departure on 118.07 squawk 3612.
So I have my co-pilot set up to respond to everything, so I don't bother with that. Maybe when I learn better, I will start responding myself, but for now I just have the co-pilot do everything. Alright, so co-pilot already changed the frequency to ground and everything, and the only thing we have to ask for ground, so again go to request and we request taxi. Okay, and we can choose here, that's a nice helper, so request, say this one, so that's what it tells us to say. And so let's say it right now, see how it works. KLM 14907 request taxi to runway 24.
KLM 14907 taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Alpha 8, Bravo, Echo 1, hold short runway 24.
Taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Alpha 8, Bravo, Echo 1, hold short runway 24 KLM 14907.
Beautiful, and we have our taxi instruction, and we can click on taxi here, and it actually gives us instruction how to taxi there. Great. So we still have 1 minute for the IRSs to align. Keep that out of here because it's annoying. Aha, there's a few more things to set up here in the airplane, which I forgot to mention, so let's do these. Nothing to do here in init, so you put your cost index. I don't know, I'm just gonna put 25, what everybody puts, or whatever. Our flight altitude, actually I have it set up for 25,000 feet. Okay, we're gonna go 25,000 feet. So 250. Okay. Next thing to do is this arrow, and now here we will need to put that the few numbers. So the number we had to remember was what was it? 21.35, which is weight center of gravity. So zero fuel weight should be 733 minus 7.4, which is going to be about 66 more or less. 66, and slash that number, which was 21.3 something, and block, that's how much fuel we have, so 7.4. Okay, and that's it. I'll go to our performance, set our flaps. I'm gonna take off with flaps 1 and just fill these guys, so just double click on it. Oh. I cannot say anything here when you click on that too. There we go. And yeah, that's it. Now there's other things here, but you don't need to change them, just these are fine. And that's all you need to set up here, you're all ready to go. So our IRSs are aligned, now we can get a pushback, so I just use a little program like that. Very nice and easy, wait for it to connect. Okay, and just straight activate, and there's the guy moving around. He's gonna give us a pushback. Nice. Remove the parking brakes. We could actually set up our transponder, that would be useful, and the transponder we were given was... Yeah, it's not very professional what I'm doing, but that's not the point. Squawk 3612 has to be active here. Three, 6, 1, 2. That's pretty tight area here. And we might as well start our engines, which is again very easy. Just select this and move these two guys up. And the engines are spooling, and that's enough for a pushback, so we don't hit the wall there. Yeah, stop! Ah, that was a close call. Alright. Oh, we don't need that anymore, I can close that. The engines are spooling up. Of course, that should have been turned on before, which I didn't, but okay. Okay, our engines are running. Set up on full power. So what did we break now? What did I break? Oh, don't worry about it, nothing. Okay, so we're gonna taxi to our departure runway. Whoa. Yeah, guys, I normally use that on the other screen, which I'm gonna throw it up there anyways, because it's, yeah. Well, anyway, that's not the point of the video, so we're just gonna taxi a little bit here. Turn off this because we don't need that anymore. Turn on our... Okay, really gotta watch where I'm going. Instead of playing with everything around. Okay, this is horrible taxi, but anyways, yeah, well, I'm just gonna take off, and that'll be it for this video. That's not the point of the video. I wonder if all these alarms are gonna go away. Our Pilot2ATC. There we go.
Contact tower on 118.1. Have a good morning.
Tower on 118.1 KLM 14907.
Right, so it told us to contact tower. Already changed the frequency. So again, just for demonstration purposes, for help, so request takeoff, and that's what you can say. Okay, so tower KLM 14907 ready for departure, runway 24.
KLM 14907, winds are 210 at 10 knots, cleared for takeoff, runway 24.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 24 KLM 14907.
There we go, we got our takeoff clearance. Brakes on max, signs on, and I didn't know how to, but the cabin, you gotta click this guy a couple times here, call forward. Okay, turn your landing lights on, strobes on. And there we go. Set up some display brighter. So and from here on, the Pilot2ATC will do its thing on its own. We don't really need to talk to it, which is helpful for someone who is new to this, like myself. So line up, sugar. See how the autopilot behaves. I usually have some problems. Sometimes, not always, but I do have sometimes little problems here, but with speed especially, but we'll see. It also might be user error, which, you know, I just don't know how to use it correctly sometimes. Positive rate, gear up. Turn the autopilot on now. Okay. Now my main problem here is
KLM 14907, climb and
when I change this to the climb,
090 contacts Chiffle departure.
then the damn thing is just accelerates like crazy.
Have a good morning.
Climb and maintain flight level 090, departure on 118.07 KLM 14907.
Okay, like that's, I want that to be maximum speed, 220, but no more.
Departure KLM 149er
Let's see if it holds
flight
it.
level 090.
That was a little,
KLM 1497, good morning. Radar contact.
seems to be holding 200, which is nice. I wonder if it's because I moved it further here, because if I kept it in climb, I think it would be like really racing. It would be like really racing. So, yeah, we'll definitely have to learn a lot before bitching and complaining that the airplane is total shit. Well, we'll see how it goes, because it might also actually keep the managed speed. I wonder what will happen when I raise the flaps, if it's gonna accelerate like crazy or... So let's raise the flaps. Oops. No, it seems to...
KLM 1497, climb and maintain flight level 090.
Climb and maintain flight level 090 KLM 1497.
Okay, well, it seems to keep the speed nice. That's good. That's one of my better departures yet, to be honest. Because usually it just accelerates like there's no tomorrow. Okay, it's a little bit faster than I want it to go. Wow. That has gotta be one of the nicest departures I ever had here, honestly. Usually I have problems where it's racing like crazy.
KLM 1497, climb and maintain flight level 150.
Climb and maintain flight level 150 KLM 1497.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very nice departure. No speeding like crazy. Sweet. Are we climbing or did it go on strike? Oh, it's climbing. Good, good. Okay, we're almost through 10,000 feet. So turn off landing lights. So I can turn that off too now. There you are.
KLM 1497, contact Amsterdam Centre on 119.17. Have a good one.
Center on 119.17. Take care KLM 1497.
Now I want to play the rest of it. No, this was really nice departure. No speeding, no nothing stupid happening.
Center KLM 1497.
Now we can set that
level 150.
thrust to climb, and I think this is what
KLM
made the
1497,
difference.
good morning. Radar contact.
See, like when I have this set to climb during takeoff phase, the airplane won't respect NSP. It will just it will just go stupid. Yeah. So what did it tell us? Oh, just radar contact, okay. So there we go, that's all for this video. Dishy flipper. Dishy flipper. Cool. Alright, so that was a nice quick video.
KLM 1497, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210 KLM 1497.
This honestly, this is the first time it held the speed for me the way I wanted it. Wow, I'm shocked. It's a lot about learning, actually, like learn how to use the damn thing. You know, instead of just bitch and complain that nothing works. I mean, it has problems. It does stupid things sometimes. It has problems. There's no question about it. But a lot of the problems are actually user error. You know, and I used to not like this Pilot2ATC. I was, oh, this is so stupid. Oh, it's no, it's not. You just gotta friggin' learn this shit. This isn't, you know, game for stupid people with no patience. Yes, it has its problems, no question, but a lot of the problems are a user error. Okay, anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Now that wobbling, now that's a sim problem. It's not turbulent. You can see how it moves a little bit left to right, left to right, left to right, left, right, left, right. And if I turn off the autopilot, it's gonna be nice and smooth. Look at that. Now it starts climbing and whatnot, but it's no longer wobbling left to right like it did before. So this is the problem.
Expedite descent to flight level 250.
Expedite descent to flight level 250 KLM 1497.
Yeah, I decided to just keep on going with this flight since the takeoff was so freaking beautiful, like never. But yeah, that they got it fixed. Like it's not a lot, but it's really fucking annoying. You know, you're flying and just constant turbulence.
KLM 1497 descent.
I wonder if there's a setting I can.
Descend and maintain
There might be a setting I might be able to change to fix it, and I think no, not here. There was this setting somewhere, but yeah, honestly, I don't. Somewhere, I thought it was in model. I don't know, I will have to find it somewhere, but yeah, there is a setting might be able to change to stop this wobbling to the left, to the right. I don't remember where it was. I haven't played with it yet. So yeah. Okay, no biggie, not the end of the world. Just think it's turbulence, constant turbulence. Alright, I will probably add some more when I am final approach there. Alright, so we are approaching Tulsi, and we were instructed to cross it at 15,000. We are at 15,000, and then we're gonna descend via the what was it called? Tools 3 Alpha arrival, and we should be on the ground in about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Well, a little bit, maybe 15 minutes, as long as I don't screw up anything. There we go, coming into the Alps.
KLM 1497 contact into radar control on 119.27. Enjoy.
Radar control on 119.27 KLM 1497.
Clear skies.
Radar control KLM 1497, flight level 150.
KLM 1497, good morning. Radar contact. KLM 1497, altimeter 3050, clear for localize early approach to runway 26 with the RTT transition at Innsbruck. Contact radar control on 119.27, good morning.
Altimeter 3050, clear for localize early approach to runway 26 with the RTT transition. Radar control on 119.27 KLM 1497.
I'm gonna start slowing down. Make sure our ILS is set up properly, which it really isn't. I don't know why. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe not. Now we are correctly set for ILS. And we were clear to descend to 12,000. Actually, I think we're clear to descend to whatever we want. So we're going to descend to 9,500, which is the altitude restriction at RTT. Might want to slow down a bit there. So we have our ILS is all set up.
Altimeter 3050 at Innsbruck, contact tower on 120.1. Good day.
Descend to flight level 120 via the RTT transition. Altimeter 3050 tower on 120.1 KLM 1497. Tower KLM 1497 inbound from localizer approach runway 26.
KLM 1497, good morning. Radar contact.
I might be making a mistake here, but pretty sure they already cleared me for the whole procedure, so I'm okay to descend to 9500. So yeah, you don't want to go any lower than that because that's the restriction. 95. Only here you can start descent below that. Now, I'm kind of tempted to turn on the localizer, but the localizer is off. It's like here. I can continue on that, but it's not gonna grab me. I'm gonna just turn on the approach. I'm gonna set to approach, so it's gonna start descending me, and it's gonna move over to the side of this line because that's how the ILS is set up at this airport for whatever reason. Man, this is bright. I gotta figure out how to lower, because yeah, that's in my opinion that's too bright, but I don't know. So you can set up for landing a little bit, and this and medium brake. That should be enough. And still going beside that line. That line is the actual ILS, actual line for the approach, but RNAV, if I were used to RNAV, but maybe too early, but oh yeah, whatever. So still 11 miles. Okay, I'm gonna drop the gear now. 8 miles, I think that's appropriate. We slow down a bit. That's pretty low frames, but it's nice and smooth. I don't know how it turns out on the video, but remember, video is recording shit too, so definitely nice and smooth from where I stand or sit. I'm not sure what happened here to I never had clear to land from the Pilot2ATC. I'm not sure what I screwed up. Are they still gonna say something, or? Oh, well, I don't know. We'll see, maybe they say something. I gotta go manual because it's not right the way we set up. I never had clearance for landing from the Pilot2ATC, so
1497 winds for height, and there you're clear to land runway 26.
there we go, I just got clearance for landing. Oh. has a little bit of stutters here before landing as usual. That's a little steeper than I would want it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Could be better, but it wasn't the end of the world. Whoa! At least no jumping and any other stupid crap. And for arrival, we're going to ask a normal ATC. So yeah, it wasn't. It was late. It was late landing. I don't think it was bad for, you know, final touchdown rate. But I was a little steep on descent during that final phase. But then I flared up. I think half as decent, and it was half as decent. And yeah, cool. Normally I play with self-loading cargo, so it gives me an opinion, passenger opinion on my flight and my touchdown rate for what's it worth. But yeah, that wasn't too bad in my opinion, not bad at all. The whole flight was actually uneventful, other than the little oscillating, or however you want to call it, side to side at the cruise level. Autopilot was behaving very nice. No issues at all. Here we are. Okay, shut down the engines. Wonder if I get the logbook in for now. Nah. Yeah, no message from Microsoft. So this flight is gonna be logged as in vicinity. Sweet. Alright, and that's it for the flight. Nice flight.